Hello again, this is Ryan Holk with radideas.com, and I'd like to show you how easily you can create text-based design using an online tool called Canva. The web address is canva.com, and they have a great interface for creating predominantly social media posts, email headers. There are a couple print options, but they don't work quite as well. They're mostly based on European measurements, so it's a little bit of a paper challenge getting it to fit on a standard paper in the US. But as a tool for Facebook posts, social media of any kind, Instagram, blog, graphics, things like that, they are a fantastic resource. You'll notice that there's all sorts of options here to choose from. And when you click on one of these, it opens up a document that's pre-sized, and it gives you a list of options for templates. And this is the cool thing. I've created a bucket here I'd like to show you of some options that are available. Okay, over here you have a list of all sorts of templates that they've created. If you scroll down, you'll see that some of them have little dollar signs. That means that the image, you would have to pay to use the image. It's usually $1 or $2. It's not too bad. Others say that they're free. Okay, and if you continue to scroll and let this load, it would actually give you some just blank grids so that you could really pick your own design and create your own design from scratch. But they've done a lot of the work for you, and the wonderful thing about it, in my opinion, is the fact that you can use it without having to use their images. They have a tool over here called the text tool that allows you to pick just text that you could literally drag and drop. Over here, you can choose custom backgrounds. You can do a search, and it'll search through their image library, find images that match your search phrase. Okay, so it is a great tool if you want to quickly come up with an image, something that you could put on a social media post, especially to promote for your church. And I'm going to show you exactly how quick we can do that. So I've got a template here, and I'm not going to use this image, but I'm just going to start it off as a basis. Let's create an image for a youth. Okay. Snow day. Okay. And let's say that it is going to be at Lake Tahoe. And it's going to be on actually, let's make it March. March 14. Okay. All right. Now, we have the ability to change text color here, font size. You could even change the font, but I like the way that it feels here. You can change the alignment, if it's bold, italics, how the text is spaced, whether there's some transparency to the text. There's all sorts of options here. But you see, in just moments, I have a nice text-based design element here that I didn't have to create from scratch. So here's how quickly we can put an image in here of our own. And you'll notice in the list of resources that I've given for today, there are a bunch of places that you can look for images if you are looking for free or low-cost images to use in your publications. And I found one at a website called splitshire.com, and it's this young girl who's smiling, looks like she's in the snow. I think it fits the feel of what I'm trying to do for a youth snow day. So I'm just going to grab it, and when I release, it drops it in. Now, it feels like maybe the cropping isn't great, so I'll click the crop button, and I can drag her a little bit over, and when I hit the X, it snaps it back in. And you'll notice that there's a little bit maybe of a legibility challenge here. So I can click, hold, and drag, and literally pick up all of the elements. Okay, and if you shift click, you can unselect the background, which will help. And then I can move it down here if I need to. I could resize it using this handle, except I like the size of it, so I'm going to leave it there. But that quickly, I have an image for a youth snow day. All right, now here's another one. It's one that I found in their layouts bin here. And I like the feel of it. So let's say we're going to do something for a couples retreat that is centered around February, around Valentine's Day. And I've got an image here that is from Public Domain Pictures. And I like the feel because it's a young couple, probably the age that would be the target for an event like this. So if I click and drag, I can drop that right in. Now, I like how this feels potentially. Obviously, the text is not right yet, but let's hit crop and let's move this just a little bit. See if we can't clean it up a little. Click the X and it drops it. All right, I feel like we're in pretty good shape there. So let's make this say what I'd like it to say, which is couples retreat. The T ran over, so I'm going to drag this over this way a little. And I need to adjust that box. So I'll pull this out. That looks pretty even, but I don't like the brown anymore because you lose it in where they're holding hands. So let's make this white. Let's make the text there white. And while we're at it, since we've got blue here and some green, let's pick a blue for the word couples. That doesn't feel quite dark enough to me. So if I click on this, on this button, I can darken it up a little. And all of a sudden, I've got couples retreat. Feels pretty nice. So let's say, where do we want this? Let's say this is gonna be at Mount Herman, and it'll actually be across Valentine's Day. So it's gonna be February 13 to 15. Okay. And let's make this be white text so that it pops a little bit better, got a little better highlight. And while we're at it, let's select this. Oops. The one thing about that box, it can be a little persnickety. So I'll drag this up here, get it set where I want, drag the box up. Notice that I get the centering line so that I know it's in line. Release it. Once again, in just moments, I have a social media image that I could use to promote this event. Now notice I haven't put all the other information like how do you register and things like that, because really this is just a teaser image. It's not a full-blown ad for the event. Now there's one other tool, and I mentioned it before. It's called the text tool, and there are literally just these images you can drop out here and have any element that appears to be text be editable. And it's a great way to quickly create an event logo if you need a logo for something. So I'm going to show you something. Let's just say we needed a quick logo for a women's book club or a ladies book club, and we're going to call it Latte and Lit. Okay, Latte and Lit. And we're going to say ladies book club, right? And let's darken up the background. I don't feel like it's really dark enough. So we're going to click here, we're going to pull this up, make it a little more of a coffee kind of color or a mocha-y color. Okay, now that's a little too pink, so we'll come back, change that to white. Let's change that to that color, but then we'll dial it back a little so it just hints. All right, and you see there, just in moments, once again, I have an event logo, and it was literally as easy as dragging it over here, allowing it to draw, and replacing the text. So the cool thing is that all three of these, you can easily get them onto your computer so that you can post them in social media by clicking this download button. You can download them as an image, as a high quality PDF. There's even a couple other options if you're thinking you'd like to run a print of these and not just an image. But literally in moments, you have the ability to have a nice text-based design element using any of their library. And notice how many of these say that they're free. It's a great resource for churches. You sign up using your Facebook credentials and you have access to the library. I hope you found this helpful. Again, my name is Ryan Holk with radideas.com. And until next time, blessings.